Hello everyone, my name is Wayman and welcome back to my channel. Today will be the first episode of Clear Coats and Conversations. And when I say clear coat, I mean clear coat. And today's conversation is going to be my coming out story or the lack thereof a coming out story. So before I get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. Okay guys, so I adjusted the camera just a little bit so you can see what's going on down here. So part of my head is probably chopped off. But either way, let me show you guys what I use. So first things first, look at the, like, do y'all see? I hope y'all can see this. Like, my nails do look crazy at this point. So, first things first, I have to take off the nail polish that was already there. Step one. Step two, prep. Prep my nails. My nails, I honestly like the length of them, but they just need to be filed just a little bit. The cuticles need to get together. Um, yeah, the crazy thing is I went to the store just to get a file, but I ended up getting this whole thing. I used to use this, but this is just a fresher, and it just has a couple more things that I wanted to use. And lastly, I Sticks buys this. This isn't even a clear coat. This is actually a nail hardener. I like this. It's a little more like toned down. It's not like as out there, but yeah. Either way, and of course, before we get started, might as well start with some gloves. All right, so boom. I guess, where should I even start? The crazy thing is, guys, I usually write shit down. Like, write a whole little script. But this one, I was like, let me be like truly authentic. Let me just go off the top of the dome. So let's first off get started with, yes, I am gay. And I've known that I like guys my entire life. Let's just be real. Like, it was never a point where I ever liked a girl. Ever, not even in kindergarten. Of course, like, you have like Riri and Nikki and Bia. Those are my like crushes. Even though I should have known that, like, I should have known back then, you know what I mean? But I didn't put a name on it when I was younger. Or at least when I was in like kindergarten and stuff, like, but I still knew like I was not interested in girls. But I also, like, I wasn't that really interested in guys. I just knew I wasn't interested in girls. All right, so let's just start there. Let's also start with my family dynamic. We are Christians. They are like, my parents are pretty religious. My entire family is pretty religious. So, like, it was just like gonna be an L from the start. So, pretty much, like I said, I've been gay my whole life. Never been interested in girls. In high school, I've never had a girlfriend. I went to prom with a girl, but like it was like my friends type shit. And I always had the mindset, especially when I knew I was gay, like I always had the mindset that, like, why should I have to tell people that I'm gay? Like, I feel like my sisters did not have to tell people that they like guys. Like, why should I? Like, like, I feel like it's just singling me out. And I feel like there's just no need for it. Like, I'm good. Like, are you good? If you're good, I'm good. If I'm good, you should be good too. But apparently, that's just not how it is nowadays. But that's how I thought about it up until I graduated. Not even after I graduated high school, I did not come out or did not come out before I graduated. I was still, like, the thing is, like, I didn't come out, but I was not in the closet. Like, I was the same way. Like, I was the same, like, I feel like everyone knew. I feel like all my friends definitely knew. And I feel like they respect me enough to understand that it's not worth the conversation. Like, what do I need to sit here need to have this awkward ass conversation with you for? Like, you should just know what's up. Especially if you love me, you should just know what's up from the get. Alright. No polish off. So that was my thoughts in high school. Like, and then when I graduated, it was the same thing. It was, goddamn. I should have unpacked this before. But it was the same way in college. And the crazy thing is, in college, my first year I went to Penn State Berks. And when I went there, honestly, you guys, like, I was so excited. I was like, yo, like, I've always been myself, but I feel like I can really, really, really be myself in college. Like it's a new start. You know what I mean? It's just me to that's worried about me. Like no one else should be worried about me. No one else should. I'm like having the thought of like what if so and so sees me is like nah. Didn't have that thought. No one went to my college with me except for my cousin, and that's my cousin. Um, but there that was definitely one of the worst years of my life. I got there. Like I said, I went to Penn State Berks, which is a subdivision of Penn State. It's a branch campus, and pretty much, I need to cut my nails. No, pretty much. If I thought I stuck out in fucking Norristown, I stuck out 10 times more there. Cause at least like Norristown was pretty like diverse. Norristown's where I grew up and also the high school I went to. Norristown's pretty diverse. But Penn State, like Berks, bruh, there was damn near zero black people. And it wasn't diverse at all. And I don't even care about stuff like that. But it's like it got to the point where it was just like stereotypical white people that went there. Like it was just the worst experience. Long story short, I stuck out like a sore thumb. Like I'm getting dressed looking cute. Like look at me. Like this is how I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'm getting dressed looking cute every single day. And they're just making me feel so like they were just staring at me and like the whispers. I was like, yo, like this cannot be high school all over again. Um so yeah, so then I literally like being in a place where I absolutely hated gave me the opportunity to have that light bulb moment. Like, all right, like I hate it here. I gotta get out. I don't give a fuck about the 2+2 program. Forget Penn State, Maine. I know I this after this year it was over. So I'm like, all right, Betway. Like you don't clearly you don't want this. What do you want to do? So then I'm like, all right, Betway. Like, what is your dream? And since the beginning, my dream has always to do something in fashion. Um, I love fashion. In high school, I literally got voted best dressed some way somehow. But I always love fashion, so I'm like, all right, bet I'm finna do something in fashion, right? So then I'm like, all right, I'm looking at my options, looking up the different schools I could go to. This is taking forever. What the fuck? Looking up the different schools I could go to, different options. And I found the number one school I wanted to go to. Still plan on going to that school after I get done with my business degree. But I figured because I was taking so many classes, I was like, all right, like so many business classes and that wouldn't relate to their curriculum. Like it would be like I just would have wasted a year. I'm like, all right, like what are my options? Like what if I go to community college first, get my associates, so at least I'm not completely wasting the shit, and then go to fashion school, right? We worry, guys. My parents are both STEM majors. Like my mom, they're both engineers. My dad's now currently a math teacher. So even me coming to them with this idea was already like I was scared. I was nervous. Like I didn't know what they were gonna say. And then one day I just built up the fucking courage to sit down and have a conversation with them on what I wanted to do with my life. Y'all, this is taking forever, so after I get done filing my nails, I will be back. Or Joe, I'm back. So, I just finished filing. I did my cuticles, like my nails, the shape of everything is there. And before I hit the last part, which is a clear coat, I just go back in with some nail polish remover just to make sure everything, like all those dust particles from filing are gone. As far as where I am in this story, I have no clue because I did not write that shit down. But so I'm pretty sure I'm at the point where me and my mom, I finally get the chance to really sit down with my parents. Beware, this is my coming out story. Beware, I haven't come out not in middle school, not in high school, not even my first year of college. So even at this point of me trying to sit down with them to tell them I want to go to fashion school, that was not that point. In my head, honestly, back then, like if you would have asked me, I would have been like, it's never gonna happen, right? So literally, like it's actually funny when I think about. So I sit down with my parents. I'm like, alright, y'all, I do not like Penn State Burke. Like it was not for me. I don't like it. Like I don't see like I'm not staying here. Point blank period. I'm not staying here. And not only am I not staying here, but I realized that this isn't like I was a business major. I like this isn't even really what I want to do with my life. Like I feel like I have so much to offer and I don't think it's there. So pretty much they're like, all right, like you're not going to school. So one word you want to go to school and like what do you want to do? So I'm like, all right, like I want to be I want to go to school for fashion design, menswear. Um Even a little bit of manufacturing and production. That was my main thing. I want to go to school for fashion design and production, manufacturing. And I was like, because I already took a year's worth of business school, it may just make sense for me to just do one more year at a community college so that at least I just don't have a random year's worth of classes. At least I can get something. I can get my associates, right? Beware, honestly, I'm saying that, but I could give a fuck about having my associates. I was just like, all right, like that's like a nice bridge between me doing what I want and still like trying to like have them in mind as well. So, I'm sorry, y'all. You gotta be real focused when doing this shit. So, pretty much after I said that, their first comment was first off, you're not going to community college. They said, there's no way that I'm going from Penn State. But where I got accepted to Penn State made me going to the Berks College was literally because I thought it would have just been a better choice for me. Worst decision ever. Um, but their whole thing was like, I'm not gonna start at a great school and then backtrack to a community college. So I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, all right, so then I'm just going straight to fashion school, like, period. And then when they started talking about fashion school, they were like, you want to go to fashion school? And like they were looking at each other, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go to fashion school. And like randomly, my mom was just like, so like, wait a minute, like, does this mean that you're gay? And I was like speechless. Like I didn't even know how to even like I was like, huh? Like how does two and two like correlate besides how does it correlate? But at that point, I'm like, I never plan on coming out. So at this point, this isn't really me coming out. This is her asking me a question, me answering a question. And I was like, yes, yes, I am. And she was like, oh, she's known for a while. And my dad was just sitting there silent. Beware, it's just me, my mom, and my dad at the kitchen table eating dinner. And my mom was like, wait a minute, you're gonna have to give your dad some time, because this is just big news to him. There's a lot to hear for right now. And I'm like, all right, like y'all put that in yourselves. Like I'm sitting here talking about I want to go to fashion school, and then y'all ask me that. Like, how does that correlate? Once again, like I would love to know. Never got into it, honestly. I just was like, yeah. But anyway, I want to go to fashion school. And yeah, so that's pretty much how that conversation went. They never gave me the A-OK to go to fashion school, hence the reason I'm still in business school. Um, and the crazy thing is, the one time I had to go to fashion school that they were like cool with it was like they let me take a whole semester off and everything. Was literally the semester before COVID, or the semester during COVID, like that one semester where like last minute, like all in person classes, like they were passing people left and right. It was like a pass fail situation. That semester is the semester I took off, and I was gonna go to fashion school that fall, but because of COVID, I couldn't. But back to the story. So after that, right, we just left that conversation there. And then, of course, I'm getting random phone calls from my sister, like, hey, man, like, you and mom talked about, like, you being gay. And I was like, yeah, like, it was so awkward. But yeah, that is technically my coming out story because I never had a single conversation with any of my friends about it. I feel like they all knew it was up. Um, Even my sisters, like I never really had a conversation with them other than us just talking about that awkward ass conversation with my parents. Like that was it. All right, y'all. Last now, but yeah, like I said, that was my coming out story. It was awkward. It was honestly uncalled for, but it is what it is. My mom, she's a Virgo. Let's just say that straight shooter, and it wasn't, I feel like, gonna get said any other way. I feel like if they didn't do that, we would still be on this weird, like, you know, but you don't know, but you know. But at least now they know. So yeah, that was my coming out story. Either way, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are here for the nails. This is episode 1 of Clear Coats and Conversations. So hopefully leave down in the comment section any other thing that you want me to talk about. Honestly, I'm down to talk about whatever. I'm down to talk about, maybe my next one would be moving back home after 4 years of living by yourself. That's an interesting conversation we may need to have. But yeah, you guys will hear from me soon. Bye.